Start a new module, module 5, getting started with PHP. Yeah. So this is a server-side programming. Yeah. So I plan to use two modules, module 5, module 6, two relatively short modules to cover this PHP. Yeah. So after that, so that's for the content for our final, module 4, 5, 6. But after that, I like to, use two modules to cover Python. Yeah. But that part, because we do not have that much time, so I will not include Python in the final. Yeah. The Python is for your self-study. Yeah. I just post several videos about Python. So you can study later. So even after the semester, when you have some free time at home, so you can study those videos and practice Python. Yeah. All right, so let's start part 8.1, results of the midterm test part 2. Now, we have the second half. 6 questions I want to talk about in this part. The first one, question number 14. Yeah. Many students lost points on this question. Most of them select C, so I give them 2 points, partial credit. Yeah. 2 out of 4. Okay? So the reason is this. Yeah. When we talk about this DOM tree, yeah, so usually, why people tend to select HTML. HTML is the root node for your HTML document, your HTML file. Yeah, for that file, it is the root. But for the DOM tree, there are 2 levels higher than HTML. Yeah. If you look at the nodes, so I have one note talk about DOM tree. In that one, you can see the root of the DOM tree is the window object. Okay, window object. Then document object. All right, then HTML. Okay, so then you have many other elements. Yeah, yeah. Although these 2 hidden, you cannot see, you do not have the visual directly from the HTML file, but conceptually, those 2 objects are important. Yeah. So remember, so there is one special thing we talk about, register event handling functions in JavaScript. Yeah. So when we do that, when we use this DOM tree model, we need to consider window, document, and all these things. Yeah. So think about that. Yeah. So if you're understanding the DOM tree include window, document, it will be much better. Yeah. So yeah, because a lot of things you need to use this structure to understand. Yeah. Not just this HTML. Yeah. Because something you need to do in a document level, something you need to do at the window level, right? So for that reason, so I give partial credit. If you select C, you get 2 points. If you select document, you get 3 points. If you select window, you get 4 points. Right? Yeah. So like that. Yeah. All right. So that is question number 14. The next one, number 16. Yeah. So many students missed this question. Yeah. All right. So we want to call the JavaScript function. In this JavaScript function, we need to use the event object to, get the coordinates. Yeah. Here, I do not ask you how to get coordinates, right? So many students just give me the lines how to get X, Y coordinates. We don't need that. Here, I only ask you how to call the function. How to call the function. Yeah. First, you use the function name. Okay. Yeah. Then I want to ask you if you know to pass this event object to this function. Okay. Yeah. This object is created by the browser. The browser automatically creates this object. Yeah. But if you need to use it, you need to write this object name event, the spelling, exactly like this. Yeah. So in that video, I talk about this. I remember I emphasized you have to use the same spelling event. You cannot use, different EVT, right? So some different kind of, yeah. But when you write a definition of drag component, in that definition, you can use EVT, yeah, because that's the variable name. Yeah. So then this event will be copied to that EVT. So inside the definition, you can use this EVT dot client X dot client Y to get XY coordinates. Yeah. But I do not ask you that part. Yeah. Because that part you need to write too many lines. Yeah. So usually I only want you to write as simple as possible. Yeah. One line. Yeah. Okay. All right. So that's this question. Next one. Yeah. Number 17. Also, the miss rate is pretty high. I remember in the homework question, we had a similar question. In that one, I ask you, I want to insert a blank line, how to do it? Yeah, the answer is two different ways, C way and D way. Yeah. Then in my explanation, I told you the difference. The difference is, all right, the difference is this one corresponds to one line space. D corresponds to two line space. Yeah. So that's the difference. Yeah. Yeah, but some students may not watch that video. Yeah. So I noticed so many students missed this question. Even some students select A and B, yeah, or B, yeah, and D, yeah. So then we should use the C way, yeah. Okay, C way, yeah. C way, here, let me say a few more words about the C way. The C way, it is better to put a empty space between, a pair of P tag. Yeah, it's better to put that, yeah. Because sometimes people may skip this part, yeah. So that is not very good, yeah. Because if you skip that part, sometimes, so that a pair of P tag contains nothing, so it could be removed, by other people, because sometimes people may feel this is redundant, some tools may remove it. So you don't like that happen. So that for that reason, so you try to place some non-empty thing, some non-empty content inside. So people knows, yeah. So you want to leave it there. Yeah. You want to, leave something. Yeah. That is useful. It is there. Yeah. So don't remove it. Okay. Don't try to simplify the code to remove that. Yeah. So that's the reason. All right. Yeah. Next question. Yeah. It is a long question. Number 19. But this one, in the review session, I remember I gave you one example. I talk about, so in the test, I will give you this kind of question. So then I wrote the answer there. Okay, I use my handwriting. I wrote answer there. Yeah, many students watch the video and they can write this answer correctly. Yeah, but still, quite some students. So they wrote many different ways, So the pieces here, so, they break into, several parts, here and there, separate, these things separated, yeah. But sometimes the answers already in the videos, especially the review videos. So I hope usually in the review videos, I may give a lot of information related to the test. Okay? I may give you a lot of information related to the test. So if you skip those videos, you may miss several questions in the test. Here it is one. It is one. All right. This question, so many students miss this question. So one mistake when they pass the square. We know square is a string argument. String argument, you have to include it in a pair of quotes, single quotes or double quotes. But here, because we already use double quotes to write a value for the href attribute. So to avoid ambiguity, so we should use the single quotes around square. If you do, so many students forgot the quotes, single quotes. Then if you, in your program, if you do it this way, you will get error. So your function won't work. Your JavaScript function won't work because that square will not be treated as string variable, literal. It will be treated as like a variable name. So you don't have the value for that variable name, right? So so that will cause some error. So you may not be able to find it if you do not pay attention to the little thing here. All right. So other than this common error, so there are several other errors, how to call the function. Some students use the on-click, right? So I explained. href, remember I gave you a question in a homework assignment before. Href, some students use the on-click. Remember, in that way, the event is not registered by default, right? On-click, that event is not registered to the A element by default. If you use that way, if you do not manually register the event to some event handling function, it won't work. That means you can make it work, but you need to do some extra work. So usually, we don't like to do it in that way. Okay? We don't like to do it in that way. So we use the href equals double quotes JavaScript colon to call the function. So in our homework one, we have this way. All right, but still, some students, couldn't get the right way. All right, so then the last question I want to talk about. So many students missed this value part, VAL. Okay, VAL, value. We talk about the VAL function, right? In the, jQuery part. VAL. We talk about three functions. Okay, text method. We call method is a text method, HTML method, and a VAL method. The three methods in the jQuery part. Now I only test you this VAL method. But so many students gave me, some use the value, spelling the whole. Some students use that attribute, attr, then pass, two parameters. That's not good. So that is not good. Not as good as this. Because you cannot guarantee it works, right? So you cannot guarantee it works. Sometimes it works, but sometimes it does not work. Yeah. So that's why do not use this way. Yeah. Use this way. Yeah. All right. Yeah. So that's all the questions I like to talk about in this test. Yeah. Later, I will post the answers if you want to study, so you can, try to understand. All right, so let me complete this part.